friends, welcome to my humble homestead. So today I am going to make four different flavors of chia pudding. I normally make them in these. This is the size that I eat, this size, but I only had 2 of them. So I am going to make them in the 8 ounce, and half of this will be a serving. And I'm going to make 4 different flavors. So I am going to show you how easy it is. Chia seeds are full of nutritious benefits for us. So I am going to go ahead and show you how I make these. Today I'm going to use some almond milk. You can use whatever kind of milk you want. And I'm also going to half that with some full fat coconut milk. Now, if you wanted to make chia pudding as like a decadent dessert, you could use just straight full fat coconut milk and it makes just a creamy, delicious dessert. And one of the kinds I'm going to make is chocolate. And if you want like just a super yummy chocolate creamy pudding, that's a good way to do it. So I'm going to bring you down here so I can show you how I make the chia pudding. Now I'm just going to make the base chia pudding recipe in the bowl, because since I'm doing 4 different flavors, I'm going to make the individual ones in jars. I'm going to sweeten mine with maple syrup. You can sweeten yours with, sugar, coconut cane sugar, honey, whatever you want to do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my can of full fat. I got the coconut milk at Azure. I find the best price for these at Azure, the organic ones, and I can put my link below for this and for Thrive Market. Now I got my dried cranberries and my coconut chips at Thrive. They are just a great way that I order groceries at home. Azure has pickups in areas if you want to order some bulk foods and just have like a pickup, they do that. Otherwise they do have where you can deliver to your home. I find that the delivery charge is a bit expensive. I know some people do find the benefits of that, but honestly, now that I have weekdays off, my plan on when the pantry challenge is over, I plan on doing an order and picking up when I figure out what it is I need in bulk. But the savings when you buy from Azure is huge. So at a lot of things, but a lot of the things, the bulk things are great at Azure. Thrive, there are some things good for snack things. If you're doing a specialty diet, you could go and you could put in keto, or you can put in paleo, or you can put in plant-based, and then they give you a whole list of what you can eat. So Thrive is a great way to do that as well. I kind of price compare and, shop around different ways because, and look at sales. Basically for each serving, it's going to be a half a cup of milk to a tablespoon of chia seeds. This is going to be a cup of milk. So 1, 2, 3, 4 cups. So I'm going to do 2 cups of almond milk, or 2 cups of whatever kind of milk that you use. And there we go. And add to my coconut milk. And then I'm going to mix this in so it gets a nice blend. And then I do a tablespoon of maple syrup. So I think that I'm going to actually just put the chia seeds in each of the jars. It'll be easier, and just pour the liquids in there. I'm mathing a little bit. You know how I math. So let's see, will be 2 tablespoons in each. 2, 4, 6, 8. 3 tablespoons to a 1/4 cup. 3, 6. So it'll be 2 of these for our maple syrup. So we will just do 2 and like a half. 1, 2, and a little bit extra. There we go. And I am, you know, the coconut flakes, and I'm doing fruit for one, and I'm doing a chocolate one, I'm doing a matcha, I'm doing a chai, and I'm doing a fruit based one, if you want to know what kinds we're doing. And the sky is the limit with the kinds of flavors that you can do. I'm rethinking my using this bowl. I might actually pour it back into here when I pour it into there. That might make it better. So now we are going to do 4 tablespoons of chia seeds in each jar. And it's funny that something so good can be so nutritious. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to do a matcha. I am going to take a tablespoon, see, it should be a teaspoon. So I'm going to do a teaspoon of matcha. So I'm going to do, and if you're not familiar with matcha, so matcha is kind of like a earthy, if you like green tea, that is what it is. And it has so many great benefits to it. It has a lot of antioxidants in it. And this makes it kind of like a real creamy flavor. And so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to add some cinnamon to it, and I'm going to add some coconut flakes to it. So it's going to be a matcha coconut chia pudding. I mix this up, and I'm going to carefully, you know how careful and neat I am with cooking. I'm going to pour this. There we go. Look at that. Ah, ha, ha. And I have a little bit extra, but I'm going to use this to pour into my jars. Yay, look at that. I was so good about that. So I actually have this spice blend that I make for, it's got a lot of things in it. I can link the video below that I use in my teas. It's got a lot of health benefits. So I'm going to put maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon of this, and then some, because I use it in tea, I thought it would be good in here. And then I'm going to use some cinnamon. And then I actually have some coconut flakes already open in here that I want to use up. Pantry challenge, you want to use what's open first. And I'm going to put some on the bottom, just a 1/4 teaspoon, and then maybe just sprinkle a couple on the top. Smells good. So this is like cloves, Ceylon silver. It has a little bit of ground orange peel, a little bit of cayenne pepper in it. It has just a bunch of stuff that is super healthy. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this to there, and I'm going to add a little bit to my chai one as well. But you make it, you know, the recipe that I was looking at to make this one actually just calls for cinnamon and maybe a little cinnamon for this one. A little bit of cloves for the chai one, but I have a chai mix that I made in one of my holiday videos. I like a nice cinnamon flavor, so I added a good almost teaspoon in there. I normally would add a whole teaspoon, but because I added the spice blend, I just did almost a teaspoon. Now, so this is 4 cups, so right here, 4. So we're gonna do 1 cup for each. That is perfect. So now I'm just going to mix this up really good. You see we have the powder on the edge there. So I want to just get this nice and mixed. And then these need to be in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. I will be eating them tomorrow. But this is going to be the matcha one. Ooh, that has a lovely smell to it. I will show you these when these are done. So this is going to be 2 servings. Now with adding partly the coconut cream milk, it is going to be nice and filling. This will be, and I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of what's left in this to each of them. Got a little bit of that coconut fat in there to mix up. 3. We'll just divide it up a little bit extra here. Plus there was a little bit of that maple syrup on the bottom. So we'll add that. And I will show you these when they are done. So with that, then I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of the coconut on top of that one. So here is And then I have these plastic covers for my mason jars that I love. When I store these in the fridge or the freezer, I love these plastic ones. I can link those below too. I'll find them. And let's move on to, let's do the fruit because I have the fruit out of the freezer and it needs to go back in. For the fruit, I have this tropical blend fruit that I got when I had my granddaughter here and we were making smoothies. So I'm going to use this up, and then I have some organic cherries in my freezer that my grandson loves frozen cherries. But the last couple times he's come over, I've forgotten to give him these. So we don't want him to be a freezer burn. We're doing the pantry challenge. We're using stuff up, so I'm going to use these. And that's what we're going to do. I am going to put just like a handful of the fruit in there, and then the cherries, and then I'm gonna mix the milk in with it and call it a day. You can add cinnamon. Some people like cinnamon with their fruit ones too, but I'm good with just the fruit, to tell you the truth. I'm happy with that. And so let's add a tiny bit more this. Maybe I should have mixed it before I added the fruit. Learn from my mistakes, everybody. And do you see how easy this is? And it's just a lovely, healthy breakfast. Okay, that one looks great. Ooh, yummy, yum. So here's the fruit one. We'll put that in as 2 servings of the fruit. So already, just like that, I have 4 breakfasts. Just like that. Now, let's do the chai. And the ones that don't have fruit in them, I can just slice up an orange or an apple and have it with it. I am going to add the milk in first. Learn from the past. I don't think I was putting in enough milk. There we go. And enough milk in the other ones. So this is the spice blend. I am going to put a little bit of the spice blend in this because we're doing the chai. And then this is my chai tea blend. Now I had made some chai tea mix for some Christmas gifts on one of the, I'll try to find that video and link it below. And this smells amazing. Oh, so, so good. So I'm going to put a nice tablespoon in there. Now, one other thing that I like to add to this one is raisins. I don't have raisins, but I do have some dried cranberries. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to put just a few of those in there. I thought that might be good. So I'll put just a little bit of dried cranberries because you know why? They're in my pantry and I need to use them up. So of course we will do that. Now let's mix this up. If you don't have the chai mix, you can use some cinnamon and cloves. And what else goes in the chai? I put a little bit, you can put a little molasses in there. I think that would be good. And look at here is 2 more breakfasts just like this. And these expand a little bit. The chai seeds will expand a little bit. This into the freezer too. And the last one, yum, is going to be chocolate. Oh, I think I need to mix that a little more at the bottom. So there's a little bit of chia seeds at the bottom there. And I'm going to mix them because otherwise there'll be a big clump of chia seeds. So that's what happens if you don't mix the chia seeds all up. You'll get a big like clump of jelly chia seeds. And the last one we're going to do is the chocolate. Now remember, if you want a real, I'm going to put the fruit away though. If you want a real decadent chocolatey pudding, just use straight coconut milk. Okay, for this one, I'm going to put a tablespoon, actually 2 because I'm doubling it, of cocoa powder. You can use carob powder if that's what you have it, but I find that could be a little more bitter. Cocoa powder is also something I get at Azure. That's something you can check prices, but I find that they have better prices there. And then some people like to add a little cinnamon in there. I'm not a fan of cinnamon with my chocolate, but I do have, these are some chocolate chips that I got at Azure as well. So I'm going to put a little bit of these in here, using up what's in my pantry. I'm just going to put a few in. I don't need a lot. And then I'm just gonna add milk. I did not measure that very well. I have extra in this one. And then I'm gonna mix this up. Didn't I say I was gonna put the milk in first? I didn't. And some people like to put raspberries in theirs too. If you like chocolate raspberry, I don't have any raspberries, but you can put raspberries, strawberries, or I honestly just like it chocolate. And it is delicious. This is my 4 different flavors of chia pudding, and I will show you what they look like after they've set. It will be more of a thicker consistency. It won't be super thick, but it will be, you know, it'll be thicker. It'll be more kind of like a tapioca pudding, but it's delicious, and chia seeds are chock full of nutrition. They have fiber in them. It's just a great way to have a healthy breakfast that's easy. You can just pull it right out of the fridge in the morning and have it on the go. And it's a good way to sneak some nutrition into your kids, and they'll think they're eating a sweet little dessert. You can make it any way you want for them. You can make it just different kinds of fruit and maple sugar, maple syrup. You can sneak that molasses in there, put honey in there, all different kinds of things. That's real chocolatey, and I will show it to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hi friends, welcome back. So I wanted to show you how the chia pudding turned out. Look at this chocolate one. It is just thick and delicious. And I think the fruit one is what I'm going to have for breakfast. This one looks amazing. So I will put half of this into a little bowl and have that for breakfast. And then the matcha coconut. Look at that, how thick it is. That's how I said the chia seeds thicken up into a nice thick pudding. It is quite filling. And here is the chai. They smell amazing. You can actually make whatever flavors that you want. The sky's the limit. I'm going to give it a couple days, and then I'm going to make some overnight oats. I'm going to make some different flavors with some overnight oats. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Be blessed. Have a great day. Bye. Stay safe out there in the storm territory. Be blessed.